Welcome to Wolname. F you. I'm Wolname, and f you. Now, we know that there are many, many difficult and big underground vibrations near toilets, public toilets, seismic earthquakes of the shit variety, fecal vibrations, and underground poo shakes. Well, we're here to debate the serious questions. You've been ringing some of them in and posting, emailing, faxing, Twitter, Bebo, MySpace, all the mediums. Billy, do you have any?
Yes, we're very excited. We've got a lot of people asking many questions that are coming in currently. One of the main ones has got to be, how shaken up should I expect to be?
Okay, well, I will introduce my panel. Firstly, we have a very large mustachioed individual. I believe it is Mr. Gary Dobson. Mr. Gary Dobson.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. I remember it was last summer. You were very gentle.
My sexual catchphrase, indeed. And I believe also on the panel, no moustache, but we'll wait and see. It's Marlene Robertson. Hello.
Ah, you're in my ear. Sorry.
Another one of my sexual catchphrases. And finally, half a moustache, but it's just on the left. It's Stuart Murphy.
Yes, that's what they want you to believe.
Okay, so public toilets. You've heard the question. The floor is over to you. Why don't we start with you, Gary?
Yes, well, the vibrations around public toilets are very important. Of course they're there. Of course they're there deliberately. The government doesn't just put public toilets anywhere willy-nilly. No, indeed. They will only put public toilets where vibrations exist from nearby train stations or underground systems in order that people can shake off that last little bit of urine, that last little bit of without having to touch themselves. Of course there's vibrations in public toilets. They're very important for the hygiene and sanitation of the nation.
I see. But do they act as a masturbatory trigger? Over to you. Let's go, Marlene.
No, because they're for a much darker purpose. They're not to help you lose every last drop of urine or piece of fecal matter. They're there to harvest your organs. They're a terrible thing. If you sit down in a squatting position for long enough and you're shook and hard enough, you can say goodbye to at least one of your 3 kidneys.
That's true. I once went to the public toilets down by Hunter Square in Edinburgh and lost an entire leg. Stuart Murphy?
Yes, I think we're looking at this in the wrong way. I mean, you say they're underground vibrations, but are they? From the point of view of dinosaur fossils, I would say no, they're very much above ground. And this is just one of the many lies we've been fed by this government on this topic. You can't believe any of it. The fact is, what are we supposed to believe? That there's vibrations caused by plumbing? I don't think so. Pipes everywhere, taking it away. You know, when you walk into a urinal or just a simple hole in the ground that the ladies have, you do your business, and rather than being ferried away, everything that comes out just goes straight into a bucket, which is carried away by a midget who is glad of the work. Now, why can't they just tell us that? I do not know. Time for them to start treating us like adults and stop the lies.
Yes, we need to stop giving UKIP a floor on these panel debates. But Billy, is there perhaps another question?
So many questions coming in right now. Well, first of all, one of the main ones, why are public toilets always wet before they're used?
Why are public toilets always wet before they're used and not after? Interesting. Why don't we shake it up and go to Marlene? Marlene, why are they always so wet before usage?
The NHS is free. They can't afford to buy livers. That's why they shake them out of us when you go to the toilet. They steal your organs. And then they have to have a hose down system afterwards because there's blood and guts everywhere. A quick hose down to clean the old toilet before the next person comes in to lose a heart.
I see. It's a sort of a post-organ harvesting hose down. I see. Gary.
Yes. Why are they wet before they're used? Well, it's quite a simple cleaning system that the council employs. You see, liquid is released into the ceiling, and then the natural vibrations that exist below ground shake the urinal and all that lovely clean water runs down the walls and onto the floor. It's very much a self-cleaning system that means we don't have to employ people to stand in those cubicles anymore.
Incredibly futuristic, and yes, hopefully the cubicle attendants won't be so close to you in this era of social distancing. And finally, Stuart.
Well, this is where the question hits the nail on the head, because several people, myself included, good people, honest people, right-thinking people, do not want their urine taken away by midgets to be prodded and poked at and leafed through and examined. And so rather than go into the government-sanctioned holes, we pee on the floor, as is our right. It's in the Magna Carta. Look it up.
I see. I see. Instead of evacuating our bowels in the designated areas, just dump it and run. We really should stop inviting UKIP onto these panels. And finally, one more question, Billy.
There's an angry mob here. Well, outside the toilets, many people are asking, are the subterranean lizard people responsible for these scatological shudderings?
Is it the lizard people causing it? Well, champion of the left field from UKIP, Stuart Murphy.
Well, I'm not falling for this trap. Don't call them lizard people. That is, I would never say the L word, as it were. Not that one, the other one. Call them what they are, French. Perfectly good word. And in answer to your question, probably. I wouldn't put it past them. I don't trust them. Neither should you.
Well, I don't know what I expected, but it was pretty much that. Maya Lane.
The lizard people. The lizard people was a lie. This is not the truth. The lizard people was a lie made up by the NHS. The NHS are the real baddies here. When you go into hospital and they give you some blood, where do you think they got it? From slicing the throats of those walking to the sinks to wash their hands. Where do you think they got the feet to give you extra feet when you've lost your feet? That's why there's no bottom on the toilet doors. They just with a razor wire on the bottom of the cubicle. The lizard people, the doctors and nurses.
Okay, this is all getting very right of centre. Gary Dobson.
Yes, I would just like to finish up by saying a big thank you, a big thank you to the angry mobs. The angry mobs outside all the public conveniences around the country that are gathering. As they're gathering and chanting and stamping their feet, they are in fact creating more vibrations which travel through the underground and up through the bottom of the toilets. So thank you, angry mob, for continuing the practice that the UK has long upheld.
Excellent. Well, I think we've wrapped that all up very nicely. Thank you for a diverse range of opinions and a very scatological return to form for this show. Billy, stop in the corner.
What? How dare you?
It's
I
right to
my
do so.
winky. I've had a
His
bad
right
fall.
to do so as a citizen of these island nations, and don't you stop him.
He's not even French. Well, join me next week. This has been the F you, Wolname, and I'm Wolname. F you. Join us next week. Today, of course, we've looked at what causes those underground vibrations in public toilets. Next week, we'll be asking, why do I make that weird sound when I cry myself to sleep at night? Goodbye. F you.
The debut episode, and sadly, the now cancelled Wolname F you show, but don't worry. Will is moving on to another project. We're very excited about it. Well done.